Hey, scrappers and recyclers, it's Shark Scrapper. I have a new client. They're shutting down their factory here, and they're got a lot of cabling that needs to get taken care of. I've negotiated a contract with them to handle all of their insulated copper wire, their cabling that they're going out. But I think I may have overdone it a little bit. 1,405 pounds in the back of the Sharkmobile. Yeah, that may have been a little bit much for one load. This is where things can get a little bit tricky. I have to pull the load back far enough onto the gate that I can get all of the fork on it before I pull it out. And sometimes the coefficient of friction between the pallet, or in this case, the IBC tote, and the bed of the truck is greater than the coefficient of friction between the fork bars and the tote. So we got to monkey around a little bit with this. Each one is a little bit different, how high you can lift it in order to overcome the friction to get it slid back. I'm giving some thought to getting some fork extensions that could help a lot with this challenge. We have some nice wire cable actually in here. I'm pretty sure everything in here is going to go as number one. Looks like there might be some plug ends still on maybe some of these. I don't know. And we've got this roll here that is still new, I think. I don't know. No, that's not a new roll. I think all they did was shrink wrap it. Maybe. I don't know. We'll check. But, yeah, we got some nice stuff to work with here. I got to decide now how much of this I'm going to strip versus how much is just going to get taken over to the scrapyard, because I've still got I think it's 5 more pallets to pick up. I still got a lot more wire that I got to get through here from these folks. So, yep, we got ourselves some work to do here. Oh, and there's some copper right there. Yeah, interesting. All right. Well, I am going to have to dig through here, which is going to be very challenging. And see what we're dealing with, because you can see we've got some copper right there. So we're going to be doing some digging around in here, see what we got going on. Well, that digging around made a mess of the shark cage, but there's some really good stuff here. All right, so here's some real nice strippable number one insulated. This is cut into somewhat manageable lengths. It was all twisted up inside there, so it was a real challenge to get this stuff dug out. Then over here, we've got really thick, heavy cable that I might just go in the way it is. I still need to get to this one. I just put this one out of the way. This was the way it came in. So I may sell that stuff. I'm going to strip this stuff. Got to decide what to do with what's on the roll. But there's still more cable that came out of this tote. I mean, there's some more over here. That's a different size from what you saw first. Then there's this stuff, and well, that's another different size. And you know, it's important when you're stripping cable to try to keep it the same size, just because it makes it more efficient when you're doing your stripping. And oh yeah, there's another coil over there. So yeah, remember that nice, neat shark cage we had? Yeah, not so much anymore. What I'm doing is I'm trying to separate it by the stuff that makes the most sense for me to strip in order to get good bear bright. And I'm segregating it by the sizes kind of close, because it just makes it more efficient to do that. But it's kind of made a mess of the shark cage because I got stuff laying all over the place right now. This gives you an idea of the kind of cable that that I'm getting. I've got this great big stuff like this. There's other good number one like this, like this. We've got this green stuff that's in here. So there's some really good number one in here. There's also going to be some number two. I haven't brought in, there's probably 2 pallets of dedicated number two that I need to bring over, and then another couple pallets of one. So I need to do some stripping. So, because, you know, there's some real good bear bright inside there, and it just makes a lot of sense. Now, of course, I have to move relatively quickly too, though, because I got a whole factory I got to get emptied out. So yesterday I was trying to pull and untangle and cut this into somewhat manageable lengths, and now I'm going to start stripping it out. To give you an idea of the scope of this project, here's the factory, or one part of the factory that they're shutting down. They used to make automobile parts, so this was part of their machine shop. You can see all the cable running for powering all the machinery here. You can see all the machinery, and they're getting rid of everything. So I purchased a couple things from them already. I believe there's 3, maybe 4 pallets that are ready to go. And then you can see here there's still plenty more cabling and wiring that needs to come out as they continue their shutdown. So you take this, and then the clients that I had from before I shut the shark cage down that have material for me, and you can see I'm going to be very, very busy. I mean, we've gone from 0 to 60 very, very fast. So I'm going to have to balance how much material I strip versus what I sell with little effort in order to keep the cash flow moving while we manage all of these different projects. As much as I would love to strip all of this cable and get it down to bare bright, I'm going to have to balance the incoming flow from the factory and the incoming flow from the other clients that I have with the time that I have to do the stripping. If you all want to see more about how we got into this mess, feel free to check out the playlist that's popping up here, and that round thing that's over in the corner. That's to help you to subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss a single episode of the Shark Scrapper Scrap Insanity. Have a great day, y'all.